Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, huge mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your nearest Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. 4 military contractors who died in a helicopter crash on Kauai Tuesday have been identified. Daniel Maurice, Patrick Rader, Erica Tevez Valdez, and Matthew Hayter were killed when their Sikorsky helicopter went down at the Pacific Missile Range facility. Oregon-based company Kroman Corp, which operated the helicopter, identified the crash victims today. The crew was conducting routine training operations near the facility at Barking Sands under a contract with the Navy, Kroman said. Representatives from the National Transportation Safety Board, Federal Aviation Administration, and the Navy are expected to arrive on Kauai today to investigate the crash. Kroman has provided air support services at the Pacific Missile Range facility since 2007. A former Hawaii Island councilman and Naleo TV executive has been sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison for embezzlement and offering a bribe. Stacey Higa served as an executive director of the Hawaii Commission for National and Community Service between 2011 and 2020. The commission manages AmeriCorps programs in Hawaii. Higa embezzled more than $38,000 in AmeriCorps funds by authorizing contracts and purchase orders that went to 2 of his companies. The money was spent on personal expenses, including $20,000 in cosmetic dentistry. Higa was also found guilty of offering a bribe to a city official who approved applications for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act or CARES Act grants. A federal judge sentenced Higa to 46 months in prison and 200 hours of community service. He is required to pay $38,642 in restitution and the same amount in a forfeiture judgment. A 30-year-old Maryland man has been charged with 2 felonies for allegedly using a Central Pacific Bank computer to access information about the company's employees. Kobina Niarku was charged Tuesday with first and second-degree unauthorized computer access. Niarku allegedly hacked into the bank's computer network last week while posing as a prospective job applicant. When the breach was discovered, CPB and the Honolulu Police Department arranged to have Niarku return for a job interview where he was arrested. CPB said no customer information was compromised. The bank is investigating whether Niarku gained access to employee data. Niarku faces up to 20 years in prison and is being held on $250,000 bail. A 23-year-old man who allegedly wielded a machete during the robbery of a homeless man last week has been arrested. Jay Coney, also known as Take Mieko, was taken into custody Saturday and charged with first-degree robbery. Police said a male suspect with a machete robbed a man at a homeless encampment on Iwilei Road Friday night. The victim sustained cuts to his face and back, but is in good condition. HPD is also investigating an armed robbery in Liliha. Police said a suspect entered a nail salon on Liliha Street brandishing a handgun. He took cash from the business and fled the scene. No injuries were reported. Meanwhile, a stabbing in Chinatown left 2 people hospitalized Tuesday night. 2 men, ages 62 and 25, were taken to a trauma hospital in serious condition after suffering multiple stab wounds. The incident reportedly took place near the intersection of North Hotel Street and River Street. 3 former executives of a Hawaii-based defense contractor have pleaded not guilty to allegations of illegal campaign contributions. Martin Kao, Clifford Chen, and Lawrence Kahele Lam-Ki of Martin Defense Group LLC are charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States. The trio allegedly created a shell company to funnel illegal contributions to support Maine Senator Susan Collins, who was re-elected in 2020. When they reached the federal donation limit through the shell company, the 3 men used family members to make contributions to Collins' campaign. They then reimbursed themselves with company money. If convicted, the men could face up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine on each count. Kao, who served as CEO of Martin Defense Group, is also charged with 2 counts of making false statements to the Federal Election Commission. He is separately facing a set of charges alleging bank fraud and money laundering of more than $12.8 million in CARES Act funds. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.